GMOs are genetically modified organism. It's basically a living thing like a plant or animal whose genes have been changed by scientists. When talking about GMOs, it's helpful to know that almost everything we eat has been genetically modified. For thousands of years, humans have been choosing the best seeds to grow crops, and without realizing it, they've been changing the DNA and modifying the genes of plants. Today, genetic engineering or biotechnology allows scientists to take a desirable trait found in nature and transfer it to another plant they want to improve. They do this to help it grow better, resist pests, or even have more nutrients, depending on what people need. In simple terms, a GMO is an organism improved using science to make it more useful, especially in farming, food production, or medicine.
Golden rice. It was approved for commercial propagation in the Philippines on July 21st, 2021, making it the first country to do so. Next is BT eggplant. Was approved for commercial propagation in the Philippines on October 18, 2022. The project began with a private and public partnership in 2003, followed by multi-location fields trials from 2010 to 2012. And lastly, BT corn was approved for commercial propagation in the Philippines in December 2002. The first large-scale planting occurred in 2003, when about 10,000 hectares were planted with the new variety.
Example of genetically modified organism propagated in the Philippines are the following. First we have is golden rice, also known as malusog rice. It is a genetically modified variety of rice developed to address vitamin A deficiency. It produces beta-carotene, which human body converts into vitamin A. So what makes it genetically modified? Golden rice is genetically modified because scientists added genes from corn and bacteria to regular rice. This gene make the rice produce vitamin A na nakuha nga natin dun sa beta-carotene na kinoconvert naman ng ating body into vitamin A, which give it a yellow color and help prevents vitamin A deficiency. Another example of a genetically modified organism propagated in the Philippines is the Bacillus thuringiensis eggplant, also known as BT talong. It is a genetically engineered eggplant that is resistant to insect pests, specifically the eggplant fruit and shoot borer, EFSB. So what makes it genetically modified? A gene from the Bacillus thuringiensis bacterium called CRY1AC is inserted into the eggplant DNA. This gene enables the plant to produce a protein that is toxic to the eggplant fruit and shoot borer when the larvae ingest it, protecting the crop from damage without the need for frequent pesticide sprays. Example of GMO is the Bacillus thuringiensis corn, BT corn, or also known as biotech corn, genetically modified corn, or transgenic corn. It is a type of corn that has been genetically altered to produce a protein from the Bacillus thuringiensis bacterium, which make it resistant to certain insects. What makes it genetically modified is by inserting the Bacillus thuringiensis bacterium, which contain a gene that codes for a natural insecticide, specifically a protein called the Bt delta endotoxin. These inserted genes enable the corn plant to produce proteins that are toxic to certain insects pests, particularly the European corn borer, corn earworm, and corn rotworm.
Hello everyone, here are the key benefits of genetically modified organisms in farming, health, and environment. First in farming is higher crop yields. GMO crops are engineered to grow faster and produce more, helping farmers harvest greater quantities from the same land. Second is pest and disease resistance. Many GMOs are designed to resist insects or plant diseases, reducing the need for chemical pesticides. And last for farming is drought and climate tolerance. Some GMO crops can survive extreme weather conditions such as drought, heat, or floods, making farming more reliable. In terms of health, first is improved nutritional value. Scientists can enhance vitamins and minerals in crops. An example of this is golden rice enriched with vitamin A. Second is longer shelf life and better quality. GMOs can stay fresh longer and resist bruising, reducing food waste. And last for health is the potential to reduce allergens and toxins. Genetic modification can remove or lessen natural allergens or harmful substances in food. For the environment, first is reduced pesticide and herbicide use. Pest-resistant GMOs mean fewer chemicals are sprayed on fields, which helps soil and water quality. Next is conservation of land and resources. Higher yields mean less land is needed for farming, preserving forests and natural habitats. And the last is lower carbon emissions. GMOs that require fewer tractor passes and inputs reduce fuel use and greenhouse gas emissions. To summarize it all, genetically modified organisms offer significant benefits. They help farmers produce more efficiently, consumers get healthier food, and the environment faces less strain from agriculture. When used responsibly, genetically modified organisms can be a valuable tool in addressing food security and sustainability challenges.
And now let's delve sa positive and negative effects ng GMO sa mga sectors na usually affected nito. Pinaka-positive na nabasa ko ay mag-i-increase yung profits ng mga farmers natin when it comes to GM corn since may BT gene yun na nagre-resist sa mga pests. Less likely na gumamit sila ng mga chemical pesticide, more likely na mag-profit sila. Downside lang or negative effects sa mga farmers natin is that ang GM seed hindi masyado accessible sa mga urban areas. And actually, mas mahal siya compared to those ordinary seeds. One positive effect naman sa mga consumers ng GMOs ay yung GMOs kasi have nutritional value. Like for instance, yung golden rice, which to produce high level of vitamin A. So whoever consume golden rice is magkakaroon ng vitamin A in their system. Since relatively new ang GMO, some Filipinos worry kung 100% safe ba ito. And doon na nga natin makikita yung downside ng GMO since further study need to be conducted para ma-ensure na safe ito. One positive effect sa ating environment is the reduced use of chemical pesticide decreases the health risk to farmers and minimize environmental damage. One of the negative effects ng GMO sa environment is yung ecological imbalance. Nadidisrupt niya yung ecosystem. Ang naproduce ng GMO sa economy natin is inline pa din with the GM corn. Tumaas ang production from 4.5 million tons in the year 2000 to 8 million tons from the year 2019, even with less land used for cultivation. Lawmakers and other groups believe that GMOs may harm the country's economy. Kasi for instance, small farmers will depend on costly GMO seeds. So, ang naproduce ng GMO sa economy natin is inline pa din with the GM corn. Tumaas ang production from 4.5 million tons in the year 2000 to 8 million tons from the year 2019, even with less land used for cultivation. Lawmakers and other groups believe that GMOs may harm the country's economy. Kasi for instance, small farmers will depend on costly GMO seeds.